Ladies and gentlemen, forgive the hair. We're looking absolutely fantastic. Now, we are finished with the mudroom, but a few things are drying on the breaker box panel door. Not to mention, we still have to wait till the floor comes in for it to fully be done technically, but it's pretty much there. With that said, behind me here in this beautiful area, we have old cabinetry, we have an old coffee bar, we have my microwave, which is no longer going to be visible in the new kitchen. I'm going to either put it on a pull-out drawer or we'll put it in the pantry. Not that big of a deal. Where's your microwave? 4 feet away or in a slider drawer. The proper ventilation. We'll get to that. As you can see here, we have my Keurig coffee maker. I do have a new one. This one will probably be going the secondary theater room kitchen. Don't know about that one quite yet, but we do have big plans for this. So you're like, Chris, what in the world's going on? There's a lot gonna happen in this room here. Beautiful mudroom. Ah, beautiful mudroom. So we are now rounding the corner from the mudroom, and the reason I'm getting this particular shot is I'm gonna start taking apart this coffee bar area. But with that said, this is still my main kitchen, even though it's pretty hideous and old. It's still my main kitchen. I am keeping that refrigerator. That refrigerator is brand new. But I am getting a new washer and dryer. I have the new washer in the shop already. So I'm going to start here on this wall, probably work my way around the pantry, hit the pantry, and then work my way backwards like this. We got a lot going on with this particular build. I'm doing a custom island right here in the middle, parallel with the counter over there. This counter obviously will be gone. It'll just be a counter there. And then the island here with the dishwasher, sink, etc. So I'm going to have to do all sorts of goody two-shoe plumbing and all sorts of stuff. We're also going to be replacing that door, trim, drywall, getting rid of the wallpaper. We're going down to the studs once again. Not to mention we're going through the subfloor as well. Lot of work to do, but we are going to get started. So let's go ahead and with that said, I'm going to be starting to dismantle this kitchen in a way that I can still use it. And then at the last minute, I'll use my secondary kitchen in the theater room. And I'm going to try to donate as much stuff as I can without ripping it up too much. I'll probably keep this for an outdoor table unit for cutting, etc., painting. And then if it's not too messed up, I'll donate. Will it blend? Ladies and gentlemen, we are looking at a blank wall right here. Cabinets were here. Now they're not there anymore. Cabinet was right here. Gone. Okay. Try to save the bottom one. Unfortunately, not very good construction. It is what it is. I was able to save the top one. I'll donate that. I'll donate the pantry door. I took that off as well. Took the wallpaper off. And what's crazy is that I do need a coffee bar area here. But just when you remove something, I would literally be standing in it right now. I'd be right up against the edge right here. But when you do have that open space, I kind of want to keep it that way, but I need to put the coffee area somewhere. The reason why is this wall, I'll push out the cabinets to like right here. Island, this is all going to get torn out. Island's going to go right here. And it'd be a blank wall. There would be more open space. It might feel a little bit more open, but it's going to look super dialed in when I do have some beautiful cabinetry up there. Beautiful cabinetry, nice espresso machine. You guys get the idea here. I love that shot though. That's why I put in the double slider. Look at how huge those are. Those are 72 by 80 inches per one slider, and I have two sliders, and this is the countryside. It brings in beautiful light, and then you have kind of a Bali vibe back here with the wood slats. So we're working it. That's not really working for me, but that's working for me. So today's agenda, we're going to go ahead and rip up the vinyl flooring here. We're going to go ahead and probably put in as much half-inch drywall as I have. I think I only have 2 sheets, and then I got to go back to Lowe's tomorrow or the next day, probably tomorrow, and do that. But I do have like 6 or 5/8 inch sheets of drywall. This is my puppy down here, if you can see her. And we will be putting that probably over here today as well, because half-inch drywall over here. Oh, you want to go potty? Okay. You want to go potty? Because with only 2 sheets of drywall, I'm going to be in town tomorrow. It's 30 minutes to the nearest Lowe's Home Depot. So I'll do a couple sheets of drywall, which pretty much will take up like this little half wall thing here. I'm going to put double sheet over this to match up with this because I'm going to lay the 1/2-inch drywall over the top of this. That's why this is still here, or I would have ripped that down. To be honest with you, it's a lot less work putting more drywall over the top of old drywall, because if I were to remove this or just keep this because of the wallpaper, I would have to do a full skim coat. Or if I took it down, it creates a mess. I'd have to take little pliers and get all the nonsense out of it because the construction isn't screws. And so for me, honestly, putting 1/2-inch drywall over this drywall also gives a little bit more sound deadening to the laundry room if laundry's going and we're having dinner. I'm having dinner, it's just me right now. God willing, we'll be having dinner later down the road. With that said, let's get to work. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day. We're going to be right back to the build, but I do want to thank today's sponsor, which is Manscaped. Obviously, they're most known for their Lawnmower 4.0 Pro, 3.0 Plus, and Manscaped's 5.0 Ultra trimmers, as well as their boxers. And of course, their beard hedger as well, which I use all the time, especially clean myself up before church or before going out for a dinner, or when I'm just looking scruffy. But I also do want to show you their newest high-end razor. This is the Plow 2.0. I do use the Plow 1.0 all the time as well in the shower, but they have just come out with the Plow 2.0. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. This is not your average razor. This is a high-end barbershop type of a straight razor. Beautiful. So it's a little hard to see on camera, but that's a nice deep gunmetal gray. Their 1.0 was black, and this is absolutely stunning. They also give you 3 replaceable blades as well in the box. Now you will need to put one of those blades on it. It does not come with one already on it. And to unscrew it, simply just unscrew the handle there, prop it up in the 2-piece, lay your razor down right here. And let me just show you what the blades look like here. You just put that right there, insert your top piece, and then go ahead and screw back on your handle here. Now you're ready to shave. And that's also if you need to clean it a little bit more deeper and then screw that back on like this here. A little logo right on top, and the 1.0 performs excellently, and I'm expecting big things from the 2.0. So again, if you decide to go with one of their accessories like the Plow 2.0, the beard hedger, their boxers, the lawnmower 3.0, 4.0, or 5.0, top link in the description box below once again. Use that for 20% off and free shipping. Grab yourself some boxers while you're at it. I'm wearing a pair right now. Love them. Thank you again to Manscaped for sponsoring this video. Top link in the description box below again. Let's get back to the build. So I was trying to hold off as long as possible because it's just kind of an inconvenience to walk down the hallway into the other kitchen and the theater room, but we're just going to make it happen. So let me go ahead and show you what we got going on here. So right here, it is not fully installed quite yet. I'm trying to get the perfect alignment with my framer square. I do have another video up there about how to hang a pre-hung door. Again, we got to get the sizing just right because we don't have our flooring in quite yet, all that fun stuff. And then you got to align it just right with a 1/2-inch drywall over this, lining up against my trim piece. So we're going to work that out a little bit. Anyway, I came over this direction and pulled off the wallpaper here because I was going to put a fresh sheet of 1/2-inch over this, lining up my door. And I believe, I forgot what happened. Oh yeah. So I ripped up the vinyl off of the floor and unfortunately saw a little bit of mold on the subflooring. And then I just started assuming it was behind the drywall. So unfortunately, I'm not sure if those panels, I'll have to look at them from the outside if they were leaking slightly, or it could have been a water spill. I mean, the house is 31 years old. It was just a little intriguing to me that I found mold behind the kitchen where there is no water, unless again there was a water spill and it kind of flowed down that direction and molded up. There was no mold over here, which is the laundry room side over here. So it ended right there. And then I go just a little higher up so it didn't crawl up the wall, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a sheet of drywall down there, and then we're going to put the 1/2-inch over the top of it. And I just shoved the insulation up so I can kind of see what's going on below. The siding nor the wood gets mold on it. It's just always the drywall and the subflooring It just kind of creeps its way in there a little bit. Definitely wear your 3M respirator. And if there's any dishes around here, cups, I'm rinsing them off thoroughly, washing them before I do eat off them as well, because we're accumulating some dust. I will be throwing a tarp over my refrigerator, and do be careful, and I need to be a little careful with not bumping items into my brand new refrigerator. This is the old oven. This is going, so I'm gonna have to start cooking in the other kitchen. Not that big of a deal, but is kind of when the refrigerator is here and I cannot move that refrigerator over there. It will not fit through the door that I have currently or down the hallway. And I don't feel like moving it all the way around the other side of the house. So I can just walk and make myself, it's just gonna be more work moving it. Alrighty, so on this evening's schedule, because it's already 6:45 p.m., I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect the propane. I've already turned it off, released all the propane inside the lines here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and unscrew the flexible propane line going into the old one. I'm gonna probably put this out on the curb or donate it to Restore Habitat for Humanity. I'm gonna go ahead and get behind here, rip up the vinyl. There's definitely gonna be more mold right through here. It probably just was a water leak, old dishwasher, who knows. But with that said, once I pull the cabinetry off the wall, I will check all the way down to where I stopped checking, which is right by the new window builds. And then we'll go ahead and take this cabinetry down as well and start dismantling this. I wasn't gonna do that because I was gonna drywall this up and then come into the laundry room, because that's gonna take a little bit of time to sheetrock that, tape, mud, all that. But I'm kind of at this point here now, so I might as well, I'm going to keep my water on here, but I'm going to go ahead and just remove that cabinet that direction, get to the drywall, remove all the cupboards and the oven. So I'll still be able to make coffee, wash dishes, etc., but I need to move that all over there anyway, because we're going to start sanding and dusting. It's just going to be a mess, so I probably need to wipe that counter off completely and just start moving everything into the other. Praise the Lord, I even have another kitchen with another oven over there as well. Alrighty, done for the evening. It is now about 9:30 p.m. I'm going to have a cup of tea. I'm going to clean up a little bit and get organized. You definitely don't want to leave. I mean, you can if you want to, but I want to tidy up a little bit, because morning coffee, just, I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. So let's go ahead and take a little gander here. I still have the top shelves up right here. Sometimes, like I mentioned, you got to pivot. I was literally going to work on that wall, but then I pivoted. So it is what it is. This is my little spot right here. And also, I wanted to film this right now instead of tomorrow so I could fill you in on what's going on. The reason I believe mold is right here, two options. The first option possibly could be bad storms in Colorado, got through shoddy construction of the vent hood, exhaust, and got down through the drywall. I don't think so. Potentially, but I don't think so. The next option, because what typically happens with water leaks, it gets all over your floor and it just penetrates through. So I don't know if that was it or not, but it looks like, so there was mold down below all the way over to right through here. Not really over here and not really over here, but concentrated right on here. And that's what I've seen with the bathroom when there was a nasty water leak. So potentially, if you've already guessed it, the stove was right here, and potentially knocking pots over, macaroni and cheese dumping all over the floor, and you just, don't do anything about it. I'm not exactly sure, to be honest with you. What I am going to do, though, is I'm going to fix this OSB right here. We've actually pierced all the way through. I'm going to get another foot plate board put back in after I put the repair piece of OSB. You guys are familiar with this. We've done this now 3 or 2 other times with the slider doors, patchwork right there. As you can see the difference in the OSB. We did a patchwork right here. I think I actually did another one over there, and we did one in my master bedroom as well. This was where the old door was, and definitely extra work. Because not only do I have to put a nice square hole, I got to clean out all the debris. I got to put blocking boards so I can lay my piece of OSB back in, screw that in, and then put a footer board back in, screw that in. Now, the next option is I potentially could leave that temporary open. Probably don't want to, because let me go ahead and back it up here. So this, remember, I'm going to make a custom kitchen island. It's a lot more work, but if you're that close, just do it. It's just myself. I don't have a family. I'm the only only one working around my refrigerator in the middle of my thing, but that's what I'm actually thinking. So this needs to go outside. I'm thinking about putting my refrigerator up against the wall over there, just to get it out of my way, and I don't want to bump into it, and I don't want to dent. So remember, so this whole section right here, this is where all of the cabinetry was right there, and then I'm gonna take that side blocking right there out as well. And then what you see here, you can't really see the dishwasher here, and then I'm gonna have an area right here for the trash can, and I'm literally gonna take that shape, I'm gonna plow all that down. The only thing I'm gonna keep is the dishwasher once again, and then I'm gonna be putting the custom island right here with obviously enough space for my coffee bar area here, and we're gonna run the island there with an overhang for at least 3 stools. 4 is a little tight, definitely 3, and it's gonna go parallel with the cabinetry this way, custom range hood. You're going to have beautiful lighting in the background. And so you literally can do a cooking show. The sink will be on the kitchen island with the dishwasher. So I'm going to have to run all new plumbing and redo the plumbing underneath the sink because I don't know how old or nasty that is. So I'm going to fix all that up, maybe a new garbage disposal as well. Kind of stinks underneath there right now. So that's the future plan. So definitely subscribe to the channel so you can see that whole entire beautiful, poor Bria. She just bails. She eats and bails. So anyway, we're going to be working on that. It's, you know, hey, it takes a little bit of time, but hey, it's going to be beautiful. So tomorrow's project, we're going to continue to work down here, clean that up a little bit. Obviously, definitely triple check your propane gas. Make sure you don't smell anything. Make sure you don't have a leak. And then I'm going to relocate everything in here. I do have some dishes, but I do have the secondary kitchen that has better cabinetry, obviously, than this. So I'm going to relocate all my dishes to that. And these are not my full-time dishes. It's just, I've been living like a bum for a long time because I don't want to move everything in and then have to move it back out. So I've been living very minimalistic with dishes and pretty much everything. I have not sat on a couch in almost 2 years. So that's going to be a very nice thing to do. Sit on a couch and watch a television show. I've been sitting on chairs, praise the Lord, that I found dumpster diving, but it'll be nice to have some beautiful sectional. I really want a cloud couch, but I don't know how Bria is going to mess that up. So we'll figure that one out. Alrighty. So anyway, again, if you're in this circumstance, try your hardest. I mean, totally up to you, but I'm going to try to keep that sink there until I absolutely have to demolish the plumbing and start capping off pipes. Because once that is capped off, I'm going to have to, again, some new electrical outlets. I'm going to actually probably lower these a little bit and maybe flip them to go with the countertops, because they're a little too high right now, and I don't want that on the tile backsplash. So, yeah,